Yo, what's going on, everybody? Cooper Brown coming at you from Omaha, Nebraska with another interesting topic. Should I sell on eBay or should I sell on Mercari? Both are very interesting platforms. When people first get started reselling things online, there's a bunch of different platforms out there to sell on. One of the biggest, most popular ones is eBay, but a smaller one that's on the rise is Mercari. I've been selling on eBay for a little over 2 years now, and I've been selling on Mercari since around the beginning of last year. There's things I like and love about each, and things I dislike and hate about each. So today I'm going to talk about Mercari versus eBay. Let's get straight into it with the things that I do like about Mercari. Starting with the first thing, Mercari has less overall fees to sell on compared to eBay. The fee structure for Mercari is 10% fees on anything that sells for the final value fee. So if you sell something for 10 bucks, the fee is going to be $1. It's a flat fee. It's super easy to understand when you compare it to eBay. eBay has a bunch of different fees. So if you do your own accounting, it can be very tedious and annoying and confusing. They have their final value fees. They have their store subscription if you have an eBay store. They have fees on shipping. They have promoted listing fees. They have all these different other fees you can add into if you want. It's just a mess. But the final value fees work out to roughly 13 to 14%, and then you can do promoted listings for another 1% to all the way to, I believe, 99% if you want. And there's a bunch of fees that go into it. It's very confusing. It's not too ridiculously expensive, but Mercari is less, and it's easier to understand. That's one of the biggest reasons why I love Mercari. And they show you the fees after each sale, too. It's right there. One line of accounting, super easy to understand. Reason number two why I love Mercari versus eBay, and mostly compared to all the other seller platforms out there, is Mercari is the easiest app or website to list on. It's super fast, super easy. I love Mercari. You can have up to 8 pictures per item, which I usually never use more than that. Listing the title, super easy. The description gives you the most description characters compared to eBay, I believe. I think up to 1,000 characters or so. I've never used it all the way to the max. The title is actually less characters than eBay, so it forces you to use a shorter, right to the point title, so you don't have to spend as much time BSing keywords on the end of your titles like you do for eBay. And the item specifics, filling that all in, they only asks you for the brand, the size, the price, your zip code, where you're shipping from, how you're going to ship it, and then the price. As where eBay, if you're selling a shirt, it's going to ask you for the brand, it's going to ask you for the stripes, colors, solids, whatever, the country of manufacture, the contents or what the material is, color, bunch of different fields depending on what category you're listing in. It takes forever. And then there's a bunch of different other things you have to set up, like your tax if you're taxing in state for sales tax, the weight of the item, your shipping's more confusing, your SKU, all these different other things on eBay. If you compare them side by side, listing on Mercari is so much faster, so much easier than it is eBay. Same goes if you're listing on your mobile phone or if you're listing on the computer. It's easier both ways. And I'll hopefully make a future video how to list on Mercari super fast, the fastest way you can do it, so you guys can see. The next reason that I love Mercari is they actually have shipping rates that they negotiated with the post office and FedEx, and I believe UPS now. Different buckets of weights that you can ship in to give you a prepaid label, super easy, kind of like Poshmark if you're familiar with Poshmark. They just changed it recently. It's more expensive now than it used to be, but if your item is between 0 ounces and 0.5 ounces, I believe, or half a pound, 0 to half a pound, it's a certain price point. If it's half a pound to a pound, it's a certain price point. If it's 1 to 2 pounds, it's a certain price point. And then 2 to 10 pounds, certain price point. And then I think 10 to 20 is another certain price point. But it's always going to be that price no matter what. Doesn't matter how big it is or whatnot. As long as it's in that weight, you know it's going to be that price. And sometimes it's cheaper than actually buying a label through the post office or UPS. So there's certain benefits you can get there if you're shipping really heavy items. Sometimes you can get a discount on those labels. And then you don't have to weigh the item out to the specific ounce or whatnot, and it can save you time that way. Otherwise, you can also ship via any of the post office websites, or you can go, I use my paypal.com/ship now. You can go on there and create labels that way and upload the tracking codes that way. It makes it easy, but compared to eBay, they don't have any of those certain buckets of weights for different labels, if that makes sense, with specialized shipping rates for those different weights. So that's a really cool thing I like about Mercari as well. The next thing I really love about Mercari is it has way easier communication with your customers. Your customers can actually text you and ask you about different items, where on eBay they have to send you a message, and it's kind of like email, snail mail. It's a pain in the butt. You have to go and find out. If you're getting tons of messages a day, it's really confusing to go back and find the message and respond to them. As where on Mercari, it shows up with the listing. You can go in and it's like a little text chat, almost like Facebook chat. You can just talk back and forth about the item, never lose the conversation. It's all in the same place. It's all on the same screen. As we're in eBay, each message is different, just like email, and it's really annoying to go back and forth. So that's really cool. eBay needs to learn from that and implement that, but Mercari, got to give it props there. Communicating with the buyers is way easier, and that's a huge way to get more sales and look more legit, is to have a conversation, have a dialogue back and forth with your buyers. And the next thing that I really love about Mercari is they usually do not offer returns. If you sell an item to someone and you didn't make any mistakes, it's all the right size, right color, you have all the defects on there if there's any defects or whatnot, the consumer or the customer cannot return the item unless it's your fault. If you put the wrong size or you messed it up somehow, you broke it in transit or whatnot, then they can file a claim and it can be used against you. But for the most part, customers cannot send a return as long as you had the whole listing right and did everything on your side the right way. So it's nice having that peace of mind knowing that more than likely you're never going to get a return on Mercari if you didn't mess anything up. As we're on eBay, free returns is really popular right now. Returns happen more often, and it's something you have to account for, but it's really nice on Mercari that you don't have to worry about that. So some reasons why you might prefer eBay over Mercari. The number one reason, obviously, is eBay gets way more traffic than Mercari. They get way more eyeballs. It's usually easier to sell items on eBay because of this, but at the same time, you have less competition on Mercari than you have on eBay. eBay has tons of competition, so I recommend doing some research, seeing what your competition is like on eBay and what it's like on Mercari, and that might give you a better idea of which platform you should be selling on there. The number two reason why you might prefer eBay over Mercari is you can't get any international sales on Mercari, but you can on eBay through the global shipping program, or you can do it international sales yourself, which is pretty easy. I do it that way. It saves your buyer a little bit of cash with shipping and whatnot, not using the global shipping program, but the global shipping program will be easier for you if you're just getting started. Mercari doesn't offer that yet, so maybe in the future they'll offer international deals, but we'll have to wait and see. And number three for reasons why I like eBay over Mercari, why you might not like Mercari over eBay, is the customer service with eBay compared to Mercari is way better. If I ever have any issues on eBay, I can just go ahead and give them a call 24 hours a day, 365. They always help me with my problems. They're super nice, super helpful, easy to get in contact with them. As where Mercari, it's a little more difficult. I've had a few situations where I've had to reach out to them, but it's been all over just like text, email on the app. I don't even think they have a number you can call to talk to them with. So it's kind of like emailing them back and forth. It's not as good. It's kind of snail mail, wait for them. You can't get that instant gratification of calling an eBay customer service rep and having them help out, iron out the issues you may be having with shipping or with your customers or whatnot. So that is definitely something to consider there. So those are the reasons I came up with comparing eBay versus Mercari. Let's go through them real quick one more time. On Mercari, you have less fees and a better fee structure. It's easier to list. They got those special shipping rates with those different buckets of different weights. Easier communication with your buyer, which is super awesome. And then you don't have to worry about returns. eBay's favorable metrics here are they have way more traffic. You have more competition, less competition on Mercari, but way more traffic on eBay. You can get international sales on eBay. You can't get that on Mercari. And eBay has the way better customer service for you as a seller if you need to call in and solve issues. And Mercari, their customer service has been okay for me. It hasn't been the best, but it's been pretty good, but you can't call them and get that instant gratification. I recommend to start selling on eBay because it's really difficult. It's really clunky figuring out all the systems, and it's the easiest to sell on to begin with, in my opinion, because of the traffic, and then branching out to Mercari. Once you master eBay, it's really easy to master the other selling platforms. So getting good at eBay will make it really easy to get good at Mercari, if that makes sense. You can start on Mercari, but going from Mercari to eBay is a little bit more difficult. But I honestly recommend, if you can, try listing on both of them at the same time and seeing how that works for you. If you have any questions on any of these platforms, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Give this video a like, smash the like button if it brought you some value. And I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm going to do another video on Poshmark as well, comparing the different features of each selling platform too. So look out for that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.